Oh man, there's a box here. What do you think of that box?
You know, I can read what's on the box.
You can?
And
what does it say?
NITROUS Express.
That's right, NITROUS Express.
What do you golf?
Well, as some of you might know,
Oh no.
I raced a Grom
Oh no.
that was faster than my scooter.
It's gonna be dangerous.
It was a fun race. The guy is a great dude, and I respect him. He's got a really, really fast Grom. But you know what?
He beat you!
He did.
Somebody beat you, Jack! Damn!
So my intention
Oh no.
is to make that up somehow. And the way that I figured I was gonna do it is with this.
So when's the next race then?
I don't know. I gotta put this on. This is a process. I gotta get this thing
Test
together.
the tune.
Exactly. So I'm gonna spray the scooter. Let's just be honest.
Is it gonna blow up?
I don't really care at this point. What I'm going for?
Can you handle the NOS?
I don't know. This is uncharted territory. The thing's already making 30 horsepower. So I mean, I've got all the right stuff. It's a 70 cc, so it likes to rev. It's got a 2-fast crank, super good. Everything high end is as high end as I can get. And before I go and build a bigger motor, because I can do that, obviously. But before I do that, I'm gonna give it a chance.
You're cheating!
It's not cheating.
You know what you're doing?
Full
You're going to
disclosure.
do this so you blow up the motor, so you can get a bigger motor. That's what you're doing. I see what you're doing. That's cheating.
Listen, this is full disclosure.
See this?
If it was cheating, I would do it without telling
It's not
anybody.
cheating. It's you're doing this so you can purposely get a motor because it would hurt you to actually not get a new motor unless you broke this motor. So now you want to break the motor
Maybe.
to get a bigger motor.
Well, regardless, let's take a look. So what we have here is NITROUS Express. This is called the Proton Kit. Give me a hand, man.
Gosh.
This is called the Proton Kit. So basically,
Oh, we're gonna put this on Carlos's
I'm
car.
putting it on my scooter.
You can't.
What do you mean? Oh, damn. Hey, that's for you. And then
I finally get stickers.
got a 1-pound bottle, which is great. Stickers. Got this cool little bottle. This is awesome. This is gonna fit right under the seat.
I use this for paintball.
I got that. Yeah, pretty much. It's like a paintball canister. And then this is the Proton Kit. So basically, it has the fuel and nitrous solenoid built into one, which is kind of cool. And it comes with a pump in order to actually create pressure. So, you know, it's a little bit of weight extra, a couple pounds. Feels like about 5 or 6 pounds extra total, but it's well worth it because that extra 5 or 6 pounds is gonna give me an extra 15 horsepower, maybe more. It's nighttime, heading home, breaking in the clutch, so I'm just gonna be nice and smooth with it. But I wanted to show you these headlights because these headlights are crazy, really, really bright. So check this out. And they are just warming up. So when they get warm and all bright, I mean, it's incredibly bright. You can already start to see it getting a little brighter. The camera adjusts, so you're not gonna get the full effect, but it is definitely 100 times brighter than the factory lights. So if you have the factory halogen bulbs in your Golf or in your Volkswagen, definitely consider this kit. It is really, really bright. And for some of you who are asking about the cutoff is actually pretty good still. I'll pull up against this door here so you can kind of see the cutoff point. Hopefully it shows up. Yeah, there you go. So there's your cutoff, real flat. It's really good. I drove around a little bit earlier and nobody was flashing their brights at me, so it's not blinding anybody. It's just nice, white, and bright. So great mod altogether. I got the NITROUS kit on the scooter all set up. I'm going to give you a little peek. I just got to fill the bottle up to go and spray it, but everything's working right. Fuel system, part of it's all hooked up. Looks to be doing everything it's supposed to do. It was a little tricky getting this set up to fit in the small area that we're working with, but luckily the kit is made for a small area, so it works pretty good. Here we go. So from the outside you can't really tell anything. If you look At the carburetor, you can see the nozzle sitting right there. And then under the seat, we got the bottle, which is mounted to the bottom of the seat. And then that should sit pretty flat when it's closed. So hopefully we don't have any feeding issues with that. The solenoid pack or box, whatever you want to call it, it's hard mounted right here to the chassis or frame. Got the nitrous line going from the bottle into there, and then comes out here and goes down to the nozzle. The fuel side of it takes a T off of the supply line, the main supply line, going into this pump. It's kind of like a low pressure pump. This pump then creates the pressure going through the solenoid again, down the line, and into the nozzle to mix with the nitrous. So the setup that I have on here right now is jetting for about a 10 horsepower shot. That should hopefully get me at least 5 or 6 to the wheel. We'll see how it does on the dyno. But I'm gonna get, I have a 10-pound bottle. I'm gonna go get that filled up. That way I can keep feeding this little 1-pound bottle with it. So I could at least get 6 or 7 good feeds off of that and fill this little bottle. So pretty cool. It's all set up and it all fits under the seat, closes down into it really nicely, and that's it. The activation is going to be done. We've got a main switch here, so that's the main power to the system, and then there's a push button right here which will actually activate the nitrous on the fly. So it's going to be completely on my thumb, dependent on my thumb while I'm riding to actually activate. If I need to get off the nitrous, I just let off and keep going. If I need more, hit it. So regardless, we'll see how it does. That little extra boost in power though should get this thing over the edge, and hopefully I don't lose to any more groms. We'll see what happens. I want to show you what the clutch sounds like. I'm okay with the noise level that it's making, but I want to make sure that I have a before and after for the fluid dampener, which I'm going to be putting on it. Fluid damper is a viscous dampening pulley. In case you're not familiar with them, it goes on the crankshaft, and it dampens vibrations that are coming, harmonics that are coming out of the motor. So I went ahead and picked one of those up. It'll be here probably sometime next week, hopefully. And we'll see the difference. But so here, this is 65 miles on the clutch so far. I'm still just going to be breaking it in for at least a tank full. But let's have a listen to the sound before, or I should say now, with the single mass flywheel clutch in, or flywheel in, versus the factory dual mass, which was completely silent. The only problem is the dual mass flywheels are 2-piece and they can't handle the power so well, and they end up having problems. So rather than deal with all that crap down the road, even if it is going to last a little bit, I was already getting some slippage. Put this clutch in. This is the DKM Stage 2 single mass flywheel. Have a listen. So this is with the clutch pedal in, and then when I let out, you can hear the gearbox rattle. Very typical. So, in, out. And from the outside, you can hear it. Obviously louder on the side where the gearbox is, but you really only hear it from that side on that sweet exhaust. So hopefully with the fluid damper we can eliminate some of those harmonics, and it might make it a little bit quieter, but I'm okay with it. I've been assured that it's not going to cause any damage, and you don't even hear it. I'm gonna go for a drive now. You don't really hear it once you're moving. It's just at idle and at very low RPM. So here, we'll go for a little drive. You can see as soon as it gets over like 2,000, 2,200 RPM, the gearbox rattle just goes away. But at lower RPM, you can hear it there. Gone. Here we are under 2,000. 2,200, it's gone. So overall, it's very, very slight inconvenience. It's not really a big deal. And even at low RPMs, you don't even hear it. Like 1,500 RPM, nothing. So if I'm just cruising along, you don't even hear it. So definitely not bad. With the fluid damper, I'm expecting it to get a little better, but realistically, I just want those harmonics to be taken care of now that we have a smaller flywheel with less mass. So the bigger fluid damper mass will soak up that harmonic, and or at least a lot of that harmonic, and it'll just help the gearbox a little bit, and the engine, of course. So I'll do a little pull now. We'll do a second gear roll on, and you'll see I won't even turn traction control off, so that way when the slip light comes on, you'll be able to tell I'm getting some wheel spin, but it'll prove to you that this clutch is really holding. Second gear. Third gear. No wheel spin there. Good traction. Feels good. Really happy with this. Power level that this car is at right now is, I believe it's about 320 to 330 foot-pounds of torque. I have to get it back on the dyno to double check that now, but wait until after the clutch is fully broken in. And horsepower is right around 180 to the wheel on my dyno. So realistically, that's 50 plus horsepower, 55 horsepower at the flywheel, and 120 foot-pounds of torque. So this power level is great. Feels really nice, real smooth, and this stage 2 DKM clutch should last a long time at that power level.